Hey all, yes, you read that uh, description correct. Another gift from a friend, this time from Andy over at Andy's Attic. If you don't know Andy, I will leave a link to his YouTube channel. Um, Nobody leaves comments like Andy. Andy, he and I tend to go back and forth a little bit once in a while. Just kind of, he leaves long comments, and if you're going to respond, you got to leave a long comment back, and so sometimes we'll go 3 or 4 of those. I can't keep up with him though, but Andy's a great guy. This was on top of the box. That's Andy's signature card. I'm gonna send that auto in to be authenticated. Maybe see if I can't get it graded by PSA. That'll be fun. Then I'll have you see it's numbered 350. I'm gonna leave that sitting back there. Anyway, Andy, this is awesome. Actually, I wanted to show you something I got in the mail today, just for you, Andy. Andy loves the Italy discs. He's got a huge collection. I'm sure you have this one, but this is a new one I got today. Manny Sanguian. This one is the Chili Willy. So that's pretty cool. Of course, he's with the Oakland A's in this one. He did play for them a little bit, a couple years in the middle of his career, but anyway, this started with a conversation Andy and I were having. He had shown some Bill Madlock cards, and I had just been at a card show and had seen some cards, some Bill Madlock cards, and wasn't able to get them. Just I was kind of at the end of my budget. I'd bought my big card that was the plan for the day, and I didn't have anything really left, even out of the quarter boxes, But I was just kind of looking around and chatting with the guy that was selling them, and anyway, so I commented on this. Like I was looking at the bad luck cards, and I'm gonna pick some up. Just he's one of those pirates. It was a pirate great. Just not a Hall of Famer or anything, but certainly a great player for the Pirates. And he said, "Well, send me your address. I'll send you some Madlock cards." And sure enough, of course, not just cards, but there's a. Actually, I love that shot. That's a great card. 1983 All-Star set. I really do. I love that image. It's a great image of Madlock. Here's this Topps card from 82. Fleer from 83. Not all of them were Pirates. He sent some Dodgers ones as well. 86. It's a sharp looking card. I should flip and show you the Dodgers one. I'll end with the one in Pirates. About 87. 88 Donruss playing for the Tigers. A very colorful score set. As you get later on in his career, you begin to see a little bit more of his stats. We'll end with the 84 Donruss. Shout out to Brett Richards. I know that's your set. It's a great card. But of course, if you know Andy, you know that he didn't end there. He knows I'm doing Hall of Famer runs, so he sent some Hall of Famers, like some Topps cards, but then just a bunch of other Hall of Famers as well, including some of the 87 minis, Bly 11 and Helen Trammell, Bogsy, and a whole pile of cards. Some of them are Hall of Famers, some of them aren't. Actually, it's kind of funny. The one on top was the Leland. I tend to do a bit of Pirates runs. We won't spend time looking at all these cards, but you can see just a great deal of cards. That's one I had not seen before. 3,000 hits, 500 homers. Like Gaylord Perry looking old in that picture. Harold Baines, the Hawk, Tony Gwynn. I'll have another Tony Gwynn to show you, one of his classics. Eck, Lee Smith. I love that card. These Leaf cards are nice. Talk about looking old. How about Phil Negro? Don Sutton. I just did a video about Don Sutton. Of course, he's looking pretty young in this one. It's a Sweet Spot Classic. I had not seen that card before. That one was new to me. It's an upper deck. Gaylord Perry just relaxing with a bat. Tim Raines, Joe Morgan. Just some great cards. Look at the Diamond Kings. Goose and Perez. Here you go. Here's some more. Eckersley and Suter. Anyway, here I said I wasn't going to show you all of them, but here we go. Ricky. The Fleer Ultra. Ryan Sandberg. Rest in peace. There are a couple of Ryan Sandbergs in here. Tony Perez. Fergie Jenkins. One of the most underrated pitchers. Mr. October. Brett. Love these Flair stickers. Paul Molitor and the Wizard. Fiske. Just some great cards. You know, if you collected back in these days, these cards, man, there's so much nostalgia here. Puckett, and love the Stadium Clubs. Another Gwynn. Anyway, I'm really not going to make you look through all of these with me. I've got some sorting. I do love these. Ken Griffey Says, of course, after the kind of pattern after the Gaudy. I've shown one of these on here before. I think it was an Ichiro. But they're kind of neat looking cards. So, of course, some 88. Pete Rose. There's the Hawk again. 1990 Gary Carter. Goose again. Look at that. Look at that stash. My wife won't let me do that. Carlton. Another Sutton. Looking old. Not quite as old yet. We got one more in here. Here's Ozzie Smith. You know, when I did my Ozzie Smith video a few weeks ago, I said there aren't enough cards of him fielding. And for some reason, I didn't have this 87. I'm not sure why. But that is Ozzie Smith doing what Ozzie Smith does. He's out in the field. What he's most well known for. It is a great image. Fisk and Baines, Yount, a lot of these Hall of Famers. Gary Carter, Bly 11, the Angels. There you go. That's Sutton's final card. That's his final year. Looking old in 85 too, though. Anyway, you know, sitting at the bottom of them, in case you were worried it was just these from the 80s, sitting at the bottom of the stack was a 56 red Shandies. What a cool card. Then there were a bunch of them that were in top loaders. Gwen with the classic glasses. Ozzie Smith in the 82. 82 Donruss. Hawk again. Eddie Murray with the. That's a good image of him. Gwen. If you like those oversized cards, this is when Topps decided to try to do some oversized cards with cartoons on the back. I only had binders back in those days, though, so whenever I would get these cards, they get all bent up here at the top. I didn't know any better. Jim Rice. Hunter. Gaylord Perry. Look at these cards, man. He just sent me a box. Another Ryan Sandberg. Rolly Fingers. Look at these Fleer. Even an O-Pee-Chee. That's a nice card. Then look at that. John, if you're watching, over at Nerding Out with Cards, look at that. He sent me a Pujols. So I think that was about, actually, he sent me, because he loves, he was showing one or two of these on his channel. These are the King V discs. I had never seen them before. and very cool. So he sent me a Wade Boggs, and even better than that, I love it, Rickey Henderson. What a great card. So anyway, I'll leave it at that. Andy, thank you so much. I'm going to sit here now after I shut this off, and I'm going to be sorting through these and putting some in my box where I keep my Hall of Famers, and just appreciate the gifts. And we'll see. Some of them make it into the binder even. I wouldn't be surprised at all, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if that 87 Ozzie Smith makes it in. We'll see. But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching if you have. And if you made it this far, again, Andy, thank you very much for the gift. And we'll see you all next time.